welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Thrilled to be back in Oklahoma City. The Thunder ready for that home court advantage. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
And Greg, just like you, Julius Randle is a southpaw, left-handed.
Yeah, you know, the angles are different for lefties. We operate a little differently. And I think that can throw defenders off. So I'm always going to pull for the southpaw.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season. And the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
There's a good screen. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dort. With the step up. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Over in the corner, Dort. That 3 off the mark. Barrett wide open. He fires. And the Knicks miss again. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Back to Giddey. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
This is the special aspect of Mitchell Robinson. That rim protection, that ability to send it back. Look out.
Blocked again. Brunson with it. Dort covering. Back to Brunson. New York moving the ball around. Randle is doubled. The shot's good from Brunson.
Well, keep your head up. Look for an opportunity to facilitate Julius Randle the delivery.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. He said they know the challenge going up against this team that can score so many points in a hurry. He said we cannot try to match these guys basket for basket and get away from our defense. Because if you slack off these shooters even a little bit, then they really go on. We'll see if they can find that balance tonight and even this season series. Back to you, Kevin.
D.A., thanks for that update, guys. What can they do to prevent a barrage of points to start this game?
I think one thing they have to do is stay connected to shooters. Obviously, though, easier said than done.
Right, you don't want to give up easy looks, especially at the rim and from the three-point line.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 9. Pass to Grimes. Barrett, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So both teams changing it up here. Now here's Williams. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
And that one is good from Hartenstein.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Stolen away. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. .110 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Williams. Here's Robinson Earl. It's Williams, high post. No dice from the high post. The Knicks leading by 7. Left side, Fournier. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Paisley. The Thunder with another miss. Here's New York. They're on an 11-2 run. Fournier with the ball. Williams picks him up. There's Rose with the 3. Here's Hartenstein. 2 points. That one goes. Hartenstein's got his second bucket.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Knicks lead.
18.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for New York.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
A nice shot by Hartenstein.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and with all the gifted range shooters in this league, Doors, it seems like in the clutch, more teams go for those long-distance, quote-unquote, Hail Mary threes, rather than 2 quick field goals inside.
Well, it makes sense if you have guys who work on those types of shots. We see Stephen Curry do this all the time. But I don't always agree that that should be the play. If you have the time, go for high-percentage 2-point looks.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Thunder are trying to build something that will last. The front office says you stick to your principles, your values, and you think long term. We're focused on building a sustainably great team. We continue to be forward-facing in that respect. Kevin, back to you.
It's a good philosophy, and they're not looking for any shortcuts, which is admirable. David, thanks. Good. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 14 now for New York.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Bangs home the trifecta. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game.
A unique type of player. Chet with great length and skill, but the keys to reaching his potential will be durability and improving his strength. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Holmgren can't hit.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren. And they get it back. Fournier gets a wide open look. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Fournier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hey, Greg, Holmgren is thin, but as we both know, he's very tough.
He's aggressive and willing to take contact at both ends. He's also strong mentally. Can't wait to see what the future holds for this young man.
Rose in the post. There's the 3. Toppin can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Holmgren. From the top of the key. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Substitution on the floor.
And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down by 15. And so they foul intentionally.
First team foul. Knicks substitution.
Down low.
Emmanuel quickly.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Robinson Earls got his second bucket of the night.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Out to the right wing. Kusevsky. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Reddish. Here's Toppin. A three-pointer off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing. Well, as somebody who grew up in New York and New Jersey, I was a Knicks fan, right? They have such a great history. Think back to the championship team of the 70s, Walt Clyde Frazier, then the Patrick Ewing era, Bernard King. They have had so many Hall of Famers.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Over in the corner, Reddish. Back to Fournier. No good from outside. And doors growing up around New York. What makes this Knicks franchise so special?
Well, I think certainly the energy of the city, the passion for the game of basketball, playing in the Mecca, how fired up opponents are to play in Midtown Manhattan. The Knicks are a team that everyone follows.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
30 seconds left now here in the second. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Quickly with it. He has 5. Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
It's Williams high post. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the New York Knicks holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Pass to Grimes. Now, here's Barrett. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Holmgren with it. For the 3. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Holmgren's got his first 3 points of the game. Randall outside. Back to Brunson. Some nice passing by New York here. Randall no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Dort. Offline with his 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Pass to Holmgren. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. It's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10.
At 6'6", you can see shot ready. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, good use of the catch and shoot.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks a lot, guys. Josh Giddey has been attracting admirers, including LeBron James. The King said he's really, really good. He has a great pace about the game, great vision. Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than most guys out on the floor. And he's showing it. Just been playing beautiful basketball. Kevin, that's high praise.
It is both amazing passers. David, thank you. Pass to Randall. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. It's stolen by Randall. Barrett. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is who R.J. Barrett is. Fearless scorer, wants to draw contact and get himself to the line.
And it's been a rough stretch for the New York Knicks, a team that has only had a handful of playoff appearances in the last 20 years.
Unloads. Again, the Thunder score.
With repetition, you can see the court awareness of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander developing. This guy is going to be a problem as a passer.
Out to Barrett. Pass to Randall. Back to Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome. The Knicks are trying to get back to being competitive, GA, but it has been difficult, hasn't it?
They haven't been able to attract top-level talent for quite some time, which is surprising when you consider this big market and the status this franchise has within the city.
And Randall throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
On the wing, Giddey. Out left to the wing. Williams double team. 6 to shoot. He takes it in. The shot by Baisley, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Outside Rose. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside Rose. Here's Toppin. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. That's 7 points for Obi Toppin. And here is Williams. 1:12 left to play in the third. Here's Baisley. Pass to Robinson Earl. Williams, that's a two-pointer. Rebounded by Rose.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
There's the drive. Banked in off the glass. Rose has got 5 now.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The Knicks leading by 22. Pass to Reddish. Rose looking around. Fires for 3. Hits it from three-point range. He's got 8.
And as he's tried to preserve his body to play a complete season, Rose has begun to lean more on that outside jumper.
Back to Giddey. Got a hand on it. Outside Rose. Fournier for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's New York holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. From about 16. A second chance effort. Pass to Pokusevski. Trains the three-pointer.
Well, Pokusevski's shot ready on the catch. His mechanics are really solid.
There's Rose with the 3. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, he say, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
On the wing, Giddey. The Knicks pull it in.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
Pass to Hartenstein. Fournier with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Now Reddish. He can't get that one. Now Giddey. And here is Holmgren, who's guarded by Fournier. And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
Well, you're looking at the MVP race last season between 3 incredible big men with Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Analyzing that, Doris, what's your big takeaway?
The idea that the big man, the 5 spot in the NBA is obsolete, that argument is over. What impresses me is the skill level of NBA players, particularly manning the center position in the modern age. Highly skilled, can shoot it, can take it off the bounce, and are exceptional passers. Boy, this is fun to watch.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And Greg Anthony for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Part of a growing trend in this NBA, giving his team length in the backcourt.
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. He can see over the top of the defense. He helps you on the glass, and he can switch onto front court players defensively. That's what teams are looking for nowadays.
Pass to Grimes. And here's Barrett. There's a screen by Robinson. Outside for Randall. A three-pointer, no good. Thunder trailing by 20. Dort, left side. Shoots. The Thunder with another miss.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit. Who knows? But he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. At the elbow, it's Robinson. New York moving it around. Randall with the bucket.
The ability to get to the mid-range game is something Julius Randle has proven he can do.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Pass to Giddey. Three-pointer.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be his third foul so far. Greg, we're seeing more fines recently for the language that players use with the media. Is that a concern?
I don't think it should be a concern, and I'm not kidding. The league's going to have standards of decorum. You're on TV. You got to keep it together. However, I think that as a society, we're a little more tolerant of certain words that are used in public. And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Outside, Dort. Inside. Goes up on the wing. That one a little long. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Out to Barrett. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jalen Brunson.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And the Knicks miss again. Pushing it up. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
No good on the free throw.
The one challenge Mitchell Robinson has had through the early portion of his career is a little bit of foul trouble. Nice to see him get to the line for a little bit of payback. One thing we know about him, he's got to stay on the floor to be effective.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking.
done caught these trying to steal the style. Talking like you in that field, you better not get caught out of bounds. With me Vikings, if they see some sweet, they take it down. You know I couldn't break it down. Red key, on seats, nectarine. Out here sleep, boy, my purse bigger than your dream.